Hello, my name is Fatih Pala. Evaluation of 3D animation activities on environment and climate change developed for gifted students. Research purpose. The purpose of this study is to develop, implement, and evaluate 3D animation activities on environmental and climate change for gifted students. The study examines how those activities enhance students' animation skills and increase their environmental awareness. Research method, qualitative research method, case study. The case study method was used to obtain in-depth information. Detailed information about participants and progresses was collected. Participants. 5. Gifted students attending the digital dancing workshop and Auto Science and Earth Center. Students from different age groups participated. Age did not have a significant effect on student development. Individual needs were more important. Data collation tools. Observation notes. Observation notes taken by the teacher at the end of each lesson. Semi-structured interviews. Interviews with the instructor conduct be weekly to gather information about student progress and the teaching progress process. Survey. The animation train evaluation from completed by students after the program. Data analysis. Analysis method, descriptive analysis. The collection data describes to understand students' experiences and the efficiencies of the activities. Process. Total duration 8 weeks, 2 hours per week. First, 4 weeks. Theoretical lesson and applications. Next, 4 weeks. 3D animation activities where students practice what they learned. Program, Pentagon, 3D dicing software. Table of findings based on students' opinions on relation to environment climate change. Learning 3D animation technologies, teachers' observations, students' successful, accurate basic animation skills such as using timelines, moving objects, and mazing. However, they need more practice time to master advanced skills. Student opinion. As one mentioned, some students initial struggled but found the process enjoyable. Context of environmental and climate change. Thus, skill enabled students to visualize and communicate complex topics like environmental pollution and climate change. However, additional hands-on practice is required for a more effective representation of the those uses. Lack of the individual study time. Teacher observation. Students needs more individual study time to fully develop their creative thinking process. Students' opinion. According to C3, some students could not fully complete their science and wished for more due to experiment. Context to environment and climate change. Students required more time to develop their projects on environmental and climate related uses of effectively. Increasing individual study time could lead to more in-depth and meaningful project. Low interest in extracurricular work. Teacher observation. While students more engaged in class, they showed little interest in working outside the scheduled lessons. Students' opinion. C5 stated that they prefer working during class rather than at home. Context of environment and climate. To enhance environmental awareness, students should be encouraged to conduct independent research outside of class, providing additional research and motivation strategies could increase their engagement. Insufficient training duration. Teacher observation. The 8-week program to Horse Peak Week was insufficient for students' development. Students' opinion. C2 noted that some topics needed more time and that the program duration felt too short. Context of environmental and climate change. To allow for a more detailed exploration of environmental uses, the training duration should be extended. Long-term project and in-depth research require more time for mindful engagement. The ineffectiveness of age difference. Teacher observation. Age differentials among students were not a barrier to learning. Individual needs were more significant. Student opinion. See for student that age was not an use at the everyone process at the own pace. Context of environment and climate change. Since environmental uses concern all age group, age was not an obstacle in the production animation project. However, a flexible teaching approach should be implemented to accommodate individual differences. The needs for a flexible and adaptable program. Teachers' observation. The study calculated the teaching programs should be more flexible to accommodate students' individual needs. Student opinion. C3 expresses a desire to work on project aligned with near personal interests. Context of environment and climate change. Students should be encouraged to create projects related to their personal interest in environmental and climate change uses. This approach could enhance motivation and lead to more meaningful projects. To need for instructor training. Teacher observation. It was determined that instructor need specialized training to work their gifted student effectively. Student opinion. See one student that more topics need to be explained multiple time and that different teaching method could be used to ensure better understanding. Result, discussion, and recommendation. This study examined the impact for 3D animation activities designed for the gift students on environmental and climate change topic. Results. Students accurate based animation skills 8D using timeless moving object masking. A lack of individual practice time hours observed affecting creative thinking process. The 8-week duration was found insufficient for students' development and extended training period is recommended. Discussion. The suggestion to give the student require flexibility and personalized teaching programs. Age differences did not pose the challenge. Individual needs were more significant. Overall assessment and recommendation. Training duration should be extended and students should be given more individual study time. Students should be encouraged to conduct independent research to increase the environmental awareness. Instructors should receive specialized training to better meet the needs to give the student. The program should be flexibly allow students to develop projects based on their interest. More in-depth environmental and climate-related projects should be encouraged to be extended the training period. Thank you for listening.